Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a foundation review because I've been using a new foundation recently, and just like by watching my videos on Instagram and here on YouTube, I feel like my skin has just like been, I don't know, it just looks really good. Of course, it's not. Jesus Christ, I swear to God, this is like the worst pimple I've ever gotten. I've never had a pimple on my freaking nose and I look like a damn bruja. A witch, in case you don't know Spanish. Anywho, you guys, I did film this little eye tutorial for my Instagram, so you can make your way over to my Instagram. I'll have a direct link down in the description box, so make sure that you do check that out. Obviously, by the title, you guys know that I'm going to be reviewing this foundation right here, and this is the Face Tape Foundation. So since it has been colder, I have very dry skin, but for the most part, I feel like I have normal skin. I feel like I can do this review because I have been using this foundation and I just love it. But I'm going to be going more into a thorough review as the video continues. So let's just go ahead and transform this face from bruja to brujeria.
No, I'd rather be waking up with you. Set up alone in your room, slept with the light on, waiting up for you. I don't wanna be.
So before I start with this review, I did want to mention that I usually do my face makeup before doing my eyes because I feel like it just kind of takes away from the smokiness underneath the eye, but I'm going to try to work around that, and yeah. The foundation that I picked up is in the color Medium Tan Sand. On one side I'm going to be doing it with a brush, on the other side I'm going to do it with a sponge. Prior to applying my foundation, I did use this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. I have tried other primers and I feel like it starts to kind of make it move or crack in my smile lines. So the best way that I like to wear it is on its own, or just applying this serum that absorbs into my skin. It just doesn't feel like silicone-y. I don't even know if that's even a word, but whatever. I just feel like this foundation, even though it's matte, it's not super over drying. For one side of the face, I'm going to be using this flat kabuki brush from Sigma, and this is the F80 Air brush. This is one of the newer brushes. This foundation, the applicator is a little pump, so I feel like it's really easy to use if you want to be like one of those Instagram girls and just apply it like that. Since I am just doing one side of the face, I'm going to use one pump. So first I'm just going to distribute it on the face and then begin to buff it in. I don't know exactly how to describe the smell of this. It does have a smell. It doesn't smell like foundation or anything. It almost has like a, I don't know, a really nice refreshing smell to it. Alright guys, so just take a look at the full coverage of this side. Oh my god. Naturally my face does not match my neck, but my neck is like really yellow. It has like yellow undertone, so whenever I pick a foundation, I have to like make sure that it does have a yellow undertone. Even when I start to get a little bit tanner, it still has to have a yellow undertone. So I've only been using it with a brush, so I really wanted to put it to the test with a sponge. This is a Real Techniques sponge, and I try to clean it right now, and this is the best I could do. I just do not like using beauty sponges because I feel like it uses up way too much product. I already used all of the product that was on the sponge, and it just didn't cover everything, so now I have to put more product, which is why I don't like using the sponge. And I feel like it's hard to get under this area right here, but that's fine because we're just going to go in with concealer. Now I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. One of my friends, Mary Ann, if you're watching, thank you, she asked me what concealer I use from Tarte Shape Tape. I decided to go with Light Medium Sand. She sent this over for my birthday. Before I apply the concealer, I did want to mention that on this side I applied it with the brush, and I feel like I got more of a full coverage opposed to this one. With this concealer, I feel like a little bit goes a long way, so I don't have to be applying too much. What I like to do is apply it right in this area here. I do like applying it in this area, on the chin, tip of the nose, and and on the forehead. I'm going to be taking the Motive Pro BMX 250 chisel brush, and you got to move fast because this concealer does dry down pretty quick. So just kind of blending it out first like that before it dries down. I feel like this brush here is really good to blend the concealer out. Alright, now that we are looking like Casper the Ghost here, let's go ahead and apply some contour and just chisel the face out. I will be baking, so I'm going to take the Beauty Bakery Better Not Bitter Translucent Powder. When I bake, I do like to use a little sponge and apply it right underneath this area right here. I'm going to be using the Pretty Vulgar Bronze Mannequin Bronzer. And to apply this, I like to use like a little contour brush like this one here. This one I ordered off of Amazon as a set for like $15. And this was a while ago, so I don't exactly know if you guys can still find them on there. And I just like to apply it right in this area like that. I do like to really intensify it in this outer edge and then just bringing it over this way. Trying to make my forehead look a little bit less large. And then bringing the same powder underneath that. I don't want to say it's a bronzer, I'm just gonna say like it's a contour shade. I'm going to grab the Sigma blush palette, and it looks like this here. I'm going to go into Quarter Rosa, which is this one right over here. It's one of my favorite blushes, and I'm going to take this on a Sigma powder brush. This is the F10 brush, and just apply it in this area right here. Girlfriend over here loves blush, in case you didn't already know that. I am obsessed with this little e.l.f. brush. This is a blush brush, but I use it underneath the eye to dust off the powder. I just feel like this is the perfect powder brush. So just dusting this all off. I almost forgot to warm up the nose, so I'm going to go back in there with the same bronzer. And just work some product in this area. I'm going to take some of the powder on the brush that I use to dust off the face powder and just kind of blend that bronzer on the nose out. Since my face is covered in powder, I really want to refresh it by using this Tarte Ready Set Radiant Skin Mist. So before all this dries down, I want to apply a highlighter, and this one here is from Sleek Makeup. If you guys missed my last video, I'm going to go ahead and link it up above. And I review a bunch of new products that just recently launched with Miss Fame. She collaborated with Sleek Makeup to bring you this little highlighter palette along with other beauty products, so make sure you do check that out. I'm going to go into this gold shade right over here. I'm going to take a little Sigma, what is this, E36 brush. I don't know how I don't memorize this. This is my overused brush. I'm going to apply it to the tip of the nose right here and bringing it to the side so that whenever you turn, you get those angles, you know what I mean? I mean, it'll look a lot cuter on you because you won't have that big ass witch pimple. And I'm just applying it down the bridge of the nose here. Cupid's bow. My friend also sent me this cute little MAC lipstick, and this one is in the shade Velvet Teddy. I'm going to top it off with this gloss from Tarte, and this one is in the shade Insta Famous. I'm gonna dim my lights down a little bit so you guys can get a better look at how it looks on the skin. Oh, this pimple is terrible. And I'm going to mention to you guys again, if you did like this eye look, I did a little mini tutorial for my Instagram, and I'm going to go ahead and link that down below in the description box, so make sure that you do check that out. I wanted to insert a picture right over here and show you guys that this foundation does not give me any type of flashback. So that's something to keep in mind if you plan to be taking pictures on a night out or something like that. Alright guys, so you guys pretty much got my feedback throughout the video as to how I feel about this foundation. I just buy a lot of makeup that I don't want to be splurging on foundations. I like to really invest into eyeshadow palettes because I feel like that's what you guys enjoy the most. But if you guys do want to see more foundations here on my channel, let me know. That is definitely something that I can incorporate here. I have worn this foundation throughout the day, and when I do apply some type of primer, it does start to kind of crack in between my little smile lines and around the nose area right here. So I prefer to wear this foundation on its own without any primer. Even though it is a matte foundation, I feel like it's kind of moisturizing and it makes my skin feel really good. On this side, I did apply a double application because it wasn't as full coverage on this side. As you guys remember, I did apply this side with a brush and this side with a sponge. So you'll definitely use a lot more foundation if you do go with a sponge, but my preference, I like to use brushes. If you guys want to purchase any of the brushes that I did mention, most of the brushes that I used were from Sigma. I do have an affiliate code with them, and I know a lot of people aren't a fan of affiliate codes. They feel like they're pushing like products down their throats, but honestly, you save 10% if it is something that you're interested in, and I also make commission based off of your purchase. Shopping links are going to be down in the description box, so make sure that you do check that out. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hang out a little bit more, I do have other videos. I'm going to go ahead and put them right over here. The little circle with my picture in it subscribes you to my channel in case you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. There was a fly.